Season 2 at 9:30 on Pearl. The time now is 7:45. The time check was brought to you by Seiko.
Welcome back to TVB News. The verbal warning grace period for shopkeepers who failed to comply with the extended scheme of the plastic shopping bag levy ended on April 30th. So far, 5 retail outlets have been slapped with $2,000 fines. It's 50 cents for a plastic bag for everything you buy, except chilled or frozen foodstuffs and food that's not in sealed packaging. The law is clear, says the Environment Chief, and after a month-long grace period to help people get used to it, there's no excuse not to follow the rule. The Environmental Protection Department is sending staff out undercover as mystery shoppers to make sure retailers comply with the law. Since the beginning of the month, 5 outlets were handed the $2,000 fixed penalty without prior warning.
Mostly about non-foodstuff retail activities, covering some construction-related retail shops. One is selling a pharmacy. The other is a kind of piano training center and a dentist clinic.
Wong believes a publicity and education campaign has been helping, and confusion seems to be decreasing.
I think it's a good signal that people are starting to adapting to the new requirement, both at the retail aspect and also the consumer aspects. Here I advocate BYOB for general public that we should bring your own bag so that we can be more environmentally friendly.
Previous studies showed 95% of the plastic bags in local landfills came from retailers that were exempted in the first phase of the levy, so it's hoped the new extension will help cut down on the non-biodegradable waste that's choking the city. But Hong Kong's garbage problem is big enough to call for a multi-pronged attack. Out to promote the curbing of food waste today, the Environment Secretary also reminded people to treasure their food, which remains one of the biggest sources of Hong Kong's solid waste.
The Independent Commission Against Corruption has dropped a nearly 2-year investigation into Secretary for Development Paul Chan. In 2013, former lawmaker Mandy Tam filed a complaint with the ICAC because Chan's family owned a plot of farmland within the scope of the Northeast New Territories Development Plan. Chan repeatedly dismissed claims of a possible conflict of interest and explained the land had been sold the year before. Today, Tam posted a letter from the ICAC on a social networking website. It stated that the ICAC consulted the Department of Justice, and after deliberating on the matter, it decided no further investigation was needed.
A small wooden hut has been built just outside the Legislative Council complex, adding to security concerns in the area. Rani Samtani tells us more.
It's been almost 5 months since the Occupy movement ended, but some protesters remain camped outside the LegCo complex and central government offices. The pavement on Tim May Avenue is filled with about 100 large and small tents. Recently, some people even built a small wooden hut fitted with windows and solar panels. This construction worker said it was built to help people, but it doesn't belong to him. Pro-establishment lawmaker Ip Kwok Kim said the situation has been getting worse. He noted the wooden structure could easily be used to make dangerous weapons. As Tim May Avenue doesn't belong to the Legislative Council, the LegCo Secretariat says it doesn't have the authority to remove the tents and the wooden hut. Yesterday, the Civil Human Rights Front said it expects hundreds of thousands of people will surround the LegCo complex when lawmakers vote on the government's political reform package in June. The Hong Kong Federation of Students also suggested that protesters may occupy the building. New security measures at LegCo came into force this month, but a project to set up roller shutters, metal barricades, and a 3-meter-high fence won't be completed for another 3 months. This means the gates and fence won't be in place when the reform package is put to the vote. If demonstrators try to storm into the LegCo complex, will the current security measures be enough? Insurance sector lawmaker Chan Kin-por thinks the security measures will be useless if protesters try to force their way in, but it will be expensive to find enough.